Hello Internet, as you can see we are back on Showdown today and we've got a slightly different team to use. A few people are quite interested in the team that I was using on Showdown last week. Now this is sort of my edited sort of version of it. I've changed the Talonflame to Crobat and I've actually changed Chris Elliott to Slowbro. It could have been a Slow King, doesn't really make too much of a difference. Just because it's maybe nice to take advantage of my airlock with a water move, perhaps, and Slowbro does kind of help with Trick Room as well. I've actually got After You on this Slowbro. Crobat does help against Big Six a bit more as well, because I was a little bit fearing like Big Six teams with this team as well. So, you know, I quite like my changes, you know, as I would, them being my changes after all. But let's see how we go, because it's been a while actually since I've played on Showdown, let alone using this team, so let's see how we go, because we've got an interesting looking team. Clefairy is quite nice, Scrafty is actually alright too, Mewtwo is actually a little bit scary as well. Sylveon looks maybe nice here, but he could lead with his Salamence, which I think they tend to do against me, and threaten with a Hyper Voice. His he might lead with Crobat as well. So my Sylveon wouldn't really appreciate that either. I think we'll go with Sylveon, Groudon with Rayquaza, and I think we will go with Smeargle in the back. When I was first playing around with this team, so we just go with Crobat. When I was first playing around with this team, I sort of didn't really appreciate Smeargle as much as I probably should have done. I think it's, like, obviously it is a very good Pokemon, but it's just a fantastic last pick, like always. The question is, like, you got to imagine, well, is he going to double target? Like, my initial thought here was, he's going to Super Fang and Psystrike something. That presumes he's smart enough to make his Crobat, you know, 1 point faster than his Mewtwo, because they're both the same base speed. But he might just go for a Tailwind and, like, Psystrike the Groudon maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not really sure how I'm going to play this. I could double protect to scat him out, but then he gets a free Tailwind, if that is the case. So maybe I make a hard read here and predict him to go into my Sylveon. Maybe the Sylveon isn't really worrying him, so maybe I do go for a Hyper Voice and a Protect with Groudon. So this is my hard read, and he Super Fangs and Psystrikes into the Groudon. Okay, so we got that one right, and we get Hyper Voice off for our troubles as well, which is excellent, because now we can Hyper Voice again, and is he just going to double target the Groudon again, or will he double target the Sylveon this time, or will he protect with his Mewtwo and try and Tailwind? I think I'm going to Hyper Voice and bring in Smeargle. Smeargle potentially as a sacrifice. Yeah, probably losing Smeargle here, but losing Smeargle for his Mewtwo and a good 50% chunk on his Crobat is okay, I think. I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out with the rest of the game, but like, the worst thing he's got for my Sylveon is maybe his Groudon or his Salamence. I'm thinking about putting Rayquaza out, but maybe, like, yeah, I'm thinking that, because if he puts his Groudon out, which he has done, then if I put my Groudon out, all he would have to do is protect with his Groudon and get a Tailwind, and he'd be in a good position. But now, I can Extreme Speed the Crobat, and that will knock it out. And really, Sylveon, like, I don't know if he'll go for a Quick Guard. He might do just as like a pseudo protect on his Crobat here. I could just Draco Meteor the Groudon as well, but I sort of am expecting Protect Tailwind. So we'll just go for a Hyper Voice. I don't really want to Helping Hand the Extreme Speed, because it's not necessary. Yeah, he protects, probably going for a Tailwind. Yeah, Life Orb Extreme Speed, there was no need for the Helping Hand there. I suppose the Hyper Voice covered any switches as well. And it is Salamence, okay. So, we're in a sticky-ish situation. Groudon can potentially one-shot both of his Pokemon. So, if I Draco Meteor My Rayquaza is faster than his Salamence this turn because it hasn't Mega Evolved. His Groudon has just protected, so if I Helping Hand, do I even need the Helping Hand? Like a Hyper Voice, Draco Meteor. I suppose if Draco Meteor doesn't knock out his Groudon, I mean it is Life Orb, so it should do. It doesn't look like it's built particularly bulky, so if it doesn't knock it out and he goes to like a Double Edge and an Eruption or something, then I'll still be okay, I think. But and I've got Groudon with Hidden Power Ice in the back as well, so maybe it's just safer to just guarantee this knockout on the Groudon, unless he gets a double protect. Which, yeah, and when I say guarantee, I mean 90%, because obviously Draco Meteor can miss. And now we're in a good position, because, yeah, a Hyper Voice or a Draco Meteor, his own Hyper Voice isn't going to knock out my Sylveon, and he needs that to knock out my Rayquaza. Both of my attacks will knock out his Salamence. I suppose he should double edge my Sylveon because Draco Meteor can miss. Or he can do that as well and waste our time. Yeah, like, yeah. We have got Hidden Power Ice in the back as well on our Groudon, which will survive even a single target Hyper Voice. So, yeah, we've got this game won. Even like a single target critical hit Hyper Voice, I'm pretty sure it'll survive too. So, yeah, there's no way that we're losing this first game. Which is good, isn't it? It's always nice to, you know, win the odd game every once in a while. Yeah, so he does double edge the Sylveon. He made the right play there, because Draco Meteor can miss, but it doesn't, and we win the game. If Draco Meteor had missed, then again he would have had a Hidden Power Ice and the Draco Meteor going towards him next turn as well. So let's look for another game. Maybe Slowbro can do something. Maybe Crobat can do something. Crobat is basically just there for Big Six teams. Slowbro is just there for sort of Trick Roomy sort of teams as well. You know, double primal, you know, sort of, you know, middling speed sort of teams, I guess. You can tell I'm a fan of them. But we find, okay, we find just Pete by himself. Okay. Well, we do find one of those sort of double primal teams, but this one is less than some of the other ones. I actually quite like the look of this team because he's got two pranksters, like, you know, the Thunderous and the Whimsicott make this a very different game. The Cresselia is bound to have Trick Room, so one of his primals is fast, one of them slow. You'd expect normally the Groudon to be fast, the Kyogre to be slow. I think Sylveon is a good lead here, but we need to be wary of the Kangaskhan as well. So we'll go Sylveon and Rayquaza. Rayquaza is faster both before Mega Evolving and after than the Kangaskhan. So Sylveon, Rayquaza, and I think we'll have Groudon, and I think we will take Slowbro in this game. We'll see if we can get Slowbro to do something. So Kangaskhan, Whimsicott. Okay. Right. Didn't expect that. Although maybe I should have, because it's a pretty common lead. Like, he could fake out and Moonblast my Rayquaza. That would be bad. But if I protect, then he can Encore me next turn. Okay, I can Extreme Speed and all the rest of it, but I don't know. I'm going to Hyper Voice, and I'm not going to protect my Rayquaza. I'm just going to try and whack it with a Dragon Ascent and see what happens. This is the showdown mentality, isn't it? Let's just click some buttons, see what happens, try and whack them hard. And let's start the timer as well. Just so we've got a complete showdown experience for you. So, no, okay, no fake out, and the theory of just whack 'em worked, as you can see. So yeah, as soon as I saw the protect, I thought, well, surely he's not going to, you know, fake out as well. Protect, fake out doesn't really get much in many situations. The Whimsicott could have Trick Room. Like, you've got to bear that in mind. But I've got Slowbro in the back, so you know, there is that as well. And Sylveon is slow too, so maybe he's not going to do that. He could Encore my Rayquaza into Dragon Ascent. So I'm going to Helping Hand Draco Meteor his Groudon. If he protects it, oh, I don't know, if he protects it and he Moonblasts my Rayquaza, then that's not good, is it? So I'm just going to go for a Hyper Voice in the Draco Meteor. Oh, okay. He just outspeeds me and hits me. Well, there you go, there is that as well. And that was a Life Orb Whimsicott. Someone I know was using a Life Orb Whimsicott in the Manchester Premier Challenge a couple of days ago. And this team does look quite similar as well. Yeah, it just completely escaped me that Whimsicott is actually faster than Mega Rayquaza, which is a bit silly of me, isn't it? Do we put yeah, I think we put Slowbro out, because if its last Pokemon is Kyogre, then Slowbro is actually looking alright here. Because obviously I can Scald now. We can see I've got Scald, Ice Beam after you in Trick Room. So no Protect. I think his Groudon's going to Protect here. Yeah. Just because it is threatened. If he's got Thunder on the Kyogre, then I think he'll be going for that. So just in case he does that, there's not really too much I can do, is there really? I'm going to Hyper Voice, but do I want to lose both of them here? If I Hyper Voice, I need Thunder, Precipice, like, will it Thunder, Precipice Blades? Because I've got Citrus Berry on this Slowbro. Will that knock it out? Like, it might not do. They don't all have Thunder as well. But I don't think I want to lose both of my Pokemon here, so I'm going to Protect and just try and Scald the Groudon. I think his Protect on his Groudon is quite obvious, but he doesn't go for it. He does go for the Precipice Blades. And, oh, Water Spout doesn't knock out Slowbro. That was a bit of a reaction, because that Precipice Blades did 49.5% to my Slowbro. This Slowbro is EV'd so that an Adamant Max Attack Groudon's Precipice Blades will do just over half, but not so that it can two-shot me with the Citrus Berry. So that was probably a jolly one, and because it meant that I was just on the cusp so that my Citrus Berry didn't activate, and if it did have Thunder, he could have won the game there. So interesting second game, but you know, as this is Showdown, we'll have a wonderful game against a Big Six team. Now, I don't like playing against this, even still. We're going to go with Crobat, Groudon, and I think we'll have Rayquaza and Smeargle in the back as well. I think we'll go with this. Crobat is on here to help with the Big Six matchup, so we've seen Slowbro do something. Maybe we'll see Crobat do something now, but I'm never happy against Big Six. When I was talking about this team last week, the original version of this team, I was saying how I think it is actually weak to Big Six, especially like, you know, Focus Sash Smeargle, as they tend to be, and Timid Xerneas, which they tend to be. So, you know, the Crobat's on here to maybe try and help a little bit, but we'll see how we do this. Like a fake, he doesn't really lose too much by going for a fake out Tailwind, although he doesn't really need to Tailwind because his Pokemon are faster than me anyway. But do I just go for an Eruption? I mean, I'm speed tying with Kangaskhan this turn. If I don't go for a Tailwind here, then I potentially will never be able to go for a Tailwind. So I think we're going to go for a Tailwind and an Eruption. I think he's going to fake out my Groudon, but just for the sake of some chip damage, we'll see. Snatch. Okay. Well, that was a good move, because he's just stolen my Tailwind. But it's not every day that... Well, there you go. That turn worked out perfectly for him. Well done, you. And now I'm not going to be able to get my Tailwind, am I? So, just like that, just as as quick as that happened, I don't think I can win now. And this is another problem with this Groudon as well, because this Groudon can't really touch Talonflame, and that's a big issue. Talonflame is a problem for this team. So I'm pretty sure he's going to like Flare Blitz. He might double target into my Crobat, actually. So we'll just hope. Critical hit. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, he does double target into my Crobat. That's why I didn't protect with the Groudon there. But even still, like, I can put Rayquaza in. He can Quick Guard. If he even has Quick Guard. I mean, he has got Snatch, so maybe he doesn't have Tailwind. You would expect him to have Quick Guard. You really would. And it is double edged, so that is, you know, probably going to knock out my Rayquaza as well. If he Quick Guards, then yeah, I think we'll Extreme Speed the Kangaskhan and Earth Power the Kangaskhan as well. If he's got Quick Guard, he's got Quick Guard. I'm expecting he will. Will he? Oh. That's frustrating. Okay, so he doubles into the Groudon, so his... I thought it was going to be in, like, maybe that was a low roll. I thought maybe he didn't have Quick Guard because he did have Snatch, so, like, he's got to be losing one of his moves to do that. If the Extreme Speed had knocked out his Groudon, then... I mean, the game is over now. Then I would have still had Groudon. I mean, I suppose he could have, like, he would have just been able to Geomancy, wouldn't he? I'm going to go for a Dragon Ascent onto the Xerneas and a Wide Guard, just in case he goes for a Dazzling Gleam, but, like, he just needs to play this safe, and he's got the game, really. Dazzling Gleam, okay, so maybe if we get a nice roll here, like, we can knock the Xerneas out, you know, critical hit would have been nice. Evasion would have been nice there with Smeargle as well. And it is Groudon in the back. Ooh, this game just got a little bit more interesting. The game's not completely over. I can Quick Guard the Xerneas. I can Extreme Speed the Xerneas. I can Draco Meteor the Groudon. Those are my two options with Rayquaza. The Extreme Speed is very obvious on the Xerneas. We haven't seen any move from this Groudon though, so I don't know if it's got Rock Slide. If it has got Rock Slide, will it knock me out? If it's got Eruption... the only way this Groudon can touch my Rayquaza is spread moves, isn't it? So am I not just safe Extreme Speeding and Wide Guarding? Like, that's really obvious because he's seeing all of those moves, so he can read that. I think he'll protect his Xerneas here. If he protects his Xerneas and he, like, Fire Punches my Smeargle, then I Extreme Speed the Xerneas next turn and hope my Rayquaza can survive a Fire Punch. I suppose we'll go that way. Wide Guard. Okay, he doesn't protect the Xerneas. Will a Fire Punch knock out Rayquaza? Rock Tomb! Ooh, that means we're slower. We get the evasion with Smeargle. He's a man after my own heart. You know how much I like Rock Tomb Groudon. If I'd gone for a Follow Me there, then we would have won the game. Mind games. What should I do? Well, the options are, because, like, I need to Draco Meteor here, obviously. He is faster than me now, so maybe I... Like, with Rock Tomb, you don't know if it's physical or mixed, because I have used, like, Eruption and Earth Power and Rock Tomb in the past to hit Talonflame. Either I go for a Wide Guard or a Follow Me, or I could protect the Rayquaza and try and Dark Void the Groudon, because I have got an evasion boost. And is that really my best option? Is that really my best option? Or I could just try and read what he's going to do. Well, He's not got Rock Slide because he's got Rock 2. A Precipice Blades can't hit my Rayquaza. If he's got Eruption, then he's got Eruption. And we'll win. If he's got Fire Punch, I can just follow me. So I'm going to Draco Meteor and follow me. And he's got Fire Punch. Do I hit my Draco Meteor? Yes! A 0-0 win. Well, after that turn 1, after that snatch, I didn't think I was going to win that game. I could not see how I could win that game. Yeah, you could say I'm chuffed that I won that. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. We saw Crobat do not much. We saw Slowbro do a little bit, so, you know, that's something, isn't it? So thanks a lot for watching this, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I actually really enjoyed this little session. So thanks a lot. Please like and share. Do all the, you know, the other stuff as well. Get everyone else watching my videos that you know, currently don't. And, you know, cheers. Thank you very much. And goodbye for now.